Hello, hello. If you would like to join me for what I consider fun unboxing, then stay tuned. So I am super excited to be able to come to you with this unboxing today. So Moterm recently came out with a completely different leather in the Hobonichi Weeks, and I'm just going to go ahead and start unboxing this while I'm talking. And it is a full grain leather. So this is not your litchi leather that a lot of people complain about as feeling very plasticky. This is a full grain, so we are talking much higher quality. So it comes in this little plastic bag, which I love because I have had planners that are super expensive come to me ruined because the companies refuse to do this. So kudos to you, Moterm. So here it is. So I ordered it standard shipping from AliExpress. It took almost exactly 3 weeks for it to get here. So really not too bad. Actually, I don't even think it was 3 weeks, to be honest. It was like two and something. So that's pretty fast for their standard basic free shipping. So let's just get to it, and you will see when I open it what color it is that I ordered, and I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I'm excited to see it. Okay, so then it also comes, and let me zoom you guys out so that you can see it better. It comes in the box, and it has this little like super soft cover. And this was a freebie that came with the order. And let me get it out of here. Maybe. Okay, I was trying not to break the package, but I broke the package. Oh goodness, you guys. I am really excited. Okay, so first of all, this is a color that I was considering buying. I believe that this is either the honey or the caramel, and both of them were on my list, but we were limited to order one because I couldn't decide between honey, caramel, and the apricot or apricot, however you say it. So this is really pretty, and this leather is so soft. I'm excited to open it now. Okay, let's do it. This is why I said exciting unboxing to me, because this brings Moterm to a whole new level in my opinion. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm gonna cry. Oh, it is gorgeous. And it is so soft. Okay, sniff test. Oh, it smells like saddle leather. You guys. Okay, Moterm. I mean, y'all hit it out of the park. Out of the park. Y'all, this leather is so soft. And look at that texture. That is so cool. So it still does have that same kind of vinyl-y material on the insides. I'm just kind of like quickly looking at it. I'm thinking possibly, and I don't have like a Giglio here, but I'm thinking possibly that the pockets this way might be just a tidge smaller. I don't care, but let's just double check. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just curious. So like a regular card fits in there with no problem. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is what I wanted too. So I'm the kind that especially like when I do a special order, I want the outside to be either all smooth or all pebbly, and I got all smooth. And then the inside, I would consider that. I mean, it's a mixture, but it's pretty pebbly. So, like, I'm totally okay with it. The inside, I don't really care as much, but it kind of bugs me, like, when the outside is kind of pebbly and kind of smooth, like or one thing that drives me nuts about Gillio is you'll get this super gorgeously smooth cover, and then the clasp is super pebbly. That drives me nuts. Like, just use the same leather. But that's just my opinion, and I know I'm probably going to be lynched for saying something negative about Gillio, but because there's some diehard fans, I'm sure, that watch that, you know, it's helpful criticism in my opinion, but I'm gonna say this is bringing Moterm to a whole new level. Y'all, a whole new level. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. It is so soft. And it really smells like saddle leather. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. So back up. Okay, so it has the side pocket here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the front. It has a slip here and a slip here, and then the same on both sides here, and then it just has this like little mini secretarial. They've changed the pen loop, which I'm super excited about, to an elasticated. Love it, love it, love it. And then big back pocket with that same kind of vinyl-y material. I absolutely love the double in the front because you can move it back for when you make it super chunky so that it just allows for more room, or when your Hobonichi is not and you want it tighter, you can do that. Oh, so yes, in the sale they limited it to 1. You can only buy 1 color, so I chose the apricot, however you say it, apricot, that's how I say it. And I love it. It's kind of, so it's definitely, in my opinion, not an undyed. It's definitely more of a very, very light honey, kind of like when an undyed starts to patina a little bit. This is generally what you would see, because I will compare a couple of undyeds. So this is an undyed Galen leather, and what else do I have? Trying to think of other companies. This is technically considered an undyed. This, as far as their listing goes, they consider this one to be a nude or an undyed. So you can, but this one is definitely a darker color. So it is more of that honey tone. And then, let me grab the inside of my Vanderspec, because that's undyed, and it should be pretty light. So this is undyed Vanderspec. So you can see a huge difference there. So that's why I'm saying definitely would not call apricot undyed. It's definitely more in that honey tone. But I'm gonna be real. I like undyed because I like it when it gets to this stage. So this is perfect for me because this is like my goal when it comes to undyed. I don't necessarily mind this lighter color, but that's not for me what my goal is. Like with this blue, eventually I want it to be more this color because I just think that that goes so much nicer with the blue. So Yeah, so just so that you guys know, in the future, if you're wanting to purchase the apricot, it's definitely not an undyed. It's more of a super light honey color. So just be aware of that. For in there, they're not saying it's an undyed. I'm not saying that, but a lot of people in the planner community, we're saying, oh, it's, you know, a Moterm undyed, but it really isn't. It's very much more of a very light honey, kind of like when you patina your undyed. It is so soft. Like, this is gonna be one of those covers that I'm petting all the time. Okay. So I wanted to compare to a couple different things. So this is currently what I'm using for my Hobonichi Weeks, which it is totally coming out of there and going in here. But this is the Litchi leather. And so you can see the difference that the Litchi is very pebbled. It's very shiny. It does have a bit more of that plasticky feel. It is real leather, but it's not a full grain. So when you're comparing them, you can really see a huge difference there. So let's compare this to some other leathers that are full grain. So I have a couple of my Gillios. I don't have, these are actually the only two Gillios I have, but I don't have a Hobonichi Weeks. Gillio calls theirs a Slimapunto. I don't have a Slimapunto, but this is the same leather that would be in a Slimapunto. Both of the ones that I still have are older, and so they have a lot of shine on them because of patina and age. But the leather feel itself, as far as that, should be somewhat similar. So this one is definitely more pebbled, which is just the type of the hide, so you really can't compare there. But they're very similar in softness. Like, not talking about the pebbling versus a smooth leather, but just the full grain feel. Very similar. This one is a little less pebbly, super shiny though, because this is a super old Apoca, and it's the same. It really has, of course, this one's been super used, so the leather is like butter, but I can see this one getting almost exactly the same. So I would have to say it's very similar to the Gillio Apoca leather. Very similar. What else do I have? I don't have any Janet leathers. This is a top grain, so can't compare that. I really don't have any others that I would really consider comparable at this time. So really the Apoca is probably going to be the closest comparison that I can give. Their stitching is machine stitched, so you know, you will have these like little lines, but you're going to get that on a Gillio, you're going to get that on a Vanderspec, you're going to get that on a Chic Sparrow. Any of those companies that use machines to do their stitching, you're going to get that, and it just goes away in time. It's, you know, it's one of those things, like here on the front you don't see it as much because the presser foot wasn't, it is a little here, if you can see it, there you go. Because the presser foot wasn't sticking, you know, pushing in quite as much, but it will go away as you work the leather and as you use it. That will fade for sure. The same type of bookmarks on the bottom, the same shape as the original Litchi leather, just obviously in the full grain leather. Still the two poppers, which I love, like I said. Nice fat clasp, which I love that as well. I would consider that's probably considered an A5 clasp. Yeah. And then, you know, the pocket configuration is really nice. And I actually prefer Moterm's Apunto pocket configuration more than Gillio's because I don't care for the zipper. I don't use it for anything. So just having the pockets is actually better for me personally. I do like having this side pocket, which Gillio has the same thing. I do enjoy having that. So yeah. Now it's a little, so it doesn't have stuffing. It has a structure in there, so kind of like a framing, but it's not, there's no foam that I can feel, so it's not going to be super fluffy, but the back pocket will kind of lift it a little bit. Let's go ahead and change my Hobonichi Weeks to it. Let's make sure that the cover and cover fits and all that fun jazz. Okay. So I like to keep my cover on cover on. So let's see, will it fit? Sorry, it's hard to do this on camera when you're like trying to look and you're trying to, it's a tight fit, but it'll go in. It will go in slowly. It's gonna, will it? No, I guess it won't. You just have to get it in there right and it'll slide in. Okay. So it fits in there nice. And mine is pretty slim, so I can use mine on the smallest button. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to change the I have to change the paper because that doesn't match, but that's okay. And I'm not gonna use this pen in here anymore. This one I actually had purchased for my Alazon and I'm using it in here just because it works. But let's put it in here as a comparison for pens. So it's gonna be, you're gonna have to work the pen loop a little bit in the beginning because it's just firm. But ooh, yeah, I like that. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking. Here's just like a standard pen. So they put their pen loops kind of up high. So you could use, this is a Sarasa Vintage. So that's what that looks like there, and that's what it would look like closed. Let's take this one out just because I put this one on my Hobonichi Weeks, but just so you can see without it what it will look like with the pen, with a smaller, slimmer pen in there. And then let's look for a fatter one. I'm thinking, let's look for a, well, here's a Gillio. There's a Gillio pen. Oh, I kind of like that white in there. It's pretty. You just have to kind of turn it sideways for the clip